What's good, y'all? My name's Nick. Welcome to the channel that I call Artimotiv. This is a channel that I talk about my car stuff on, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about not the Element, but actually the Acura RSX that's sitting under that cover right there. Money's been a little tight, so I haven't gotten all the things done that I would like to have gotten done this summer. And one of the things that I decided to do was, well, one of the things I'm considering with the RSX project is parting it out or selling it. Obviously, I would love to put the K-Series into either my Integra or the CRX, but right now it's not a financial option for me to do that. So I decided that I'm going to see if I can sell some of the parts and still keep the car relatively drivable, although I am going to need some parts. But anyway, today I'm going to pull off the Xenon kit, put it up for sale, kind of give you a little bit of insight into the cost of the project, and really kind of give you an update as to where I am and what I'm thinking about doing with it. And hopefully you guys can help me out with that too. All right, let's get into it. Front bumper Xenon kit has been pulled off. I didn't show that because I didn't record it, but it's pretty straightforward. There's just a couple bolts, a couple clips, and honestly this has been removed and put back on so many times that it's probably not even the regular clips or whatever that the bumper uses. I'm not 100% sure on whether this kit had these screws in it this way, or if it was just done as a precaution. Obviously, if you only use 3M and you don't have the side screwed into the vehicle, you could imagine how that could be a little bit dangerous. Lots of 3M tape holding this on. So there's the rear. So I'm realizing after taking all these screws out that there's no way that this would have been the way that this kit would have been mounted originally from the factory from Xenon. But I do think like it's a kind of a cool trend. Well, at times it can look really cool when there's added bolt-on, you know, Liberty Walk style, Pandome wide body type kits typically show the mounting points within the build. And I think that kind of actually is true with this kit. It looks kind of cool with all the extra placement of screws, adds a bit of security. And to be honest, like, isn't that bad, I guess? When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's terrible. But it was consistent and it was done in a tasteful way. So thumbs up to whoever installed this before I got this car. But for me, not my style. As I said, gonna pull the rest of this off and see what I can get for it on Craigslist or something. I'm just going to use like a panel popper tool, see if I can break some of that glue double-sided tape off, make it a little easier to pull the sides off without damaging them too much. I wouldn't normally use this. I mean, it's probably one of the safer tools to use rather than using something like a screwdriver or metal, I guess, but I wouldn't normally use this just because I wouldn't want to scratch the paint, but since this car's in such rough shape, I'm not really worried about it. This side actually has plenty of it already taken off. Let's see if we can get the rest of it. There we go. I will say, as someone who has messed up plenty of fiberglass pieces and carbon fiber pieces in their life, if you're going to drive a car every day, the urethane is not a bad choice because it's pretty durable. Plenty of goodies underneath this bad boy too. Honestly, nice to see that the OEM side skirts are still underneath here, because I'd rather have them than not. As you can see, this car is in pretty rough shape on the exterior. The kit is actually not in too bad of shape. It's just that the paint has been left for so long outside that there's just a lot of paint missing. And honestly, the style of this kit is just not my style. I like to keep things more simple, I guess is the best way to put it. But I also kind of like to stick with one brand. So although I might like the rear of this and could live with the sides. Hi, Mika, are you gonna say hi? Look. Up, 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 up. As I was saying, I don't necessarily like the style of this kit as a whole. I'm not a fan of the front bumper at all. I don't mind the sides so much, but I just wouldn't want to put them on with another kit. Some of the kits that I like for the RSX are like the Ings kit, the Mugen kit, probably the Spoon kit. But I'm kind of a JDM hype beast, I guess, in that sense. Bless you. Filming with a dog. I do like the rear on this quite a bit, but I figure that if it's worth anything to sell this, it's probably worth it to just sell the whole kit. So I'm going to take it off, throw it up on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something like that locally, because obviously I don't want to ship something this big. Even though it's doable, I have had a kit shipped to me and I've shipped a kit before. It just doesn't make sense to spend that much money to move something that large when the reality is this is probably not worth more than a few $100 at most. So I'm gonna add that to my rolling tally of what I spent on this car for future videos. But yeah, as you can see, still got work to do. All right, y'all, fast forward a couple of days. I actually pulled the kit off, as you saw already, and put it up on Facebook Marketplace and was able to sell it fairly quickly. I probably could have charged more for it. All in all, I am into the car $1,500 to buy it from my friend, not including all the other things to move it around that I've spent, but $1,500 into the RSX so far. I was able to sell that kit for $200, so kind of brings my cost down a little bit, $1,300. I'm still kind of on the fence whether I want to save that swap for the Integra DB2 or the CRX possibly. So one of my Integra DB2s has matching engine and transmission, the other one does not. So obviously, without having the matching numbers on the block in the B17, I'm more likely interested in putting a new engine in that anyway. So the K series, although it might be a little bit more expensive compared to just throwing a B series in there with, you know, all factory stuff, it's still appealing to me to put the K series in there. Now, the other kind of thing that's kind of in my mind recently, just because I've been a little low on funds, is that I am considering selling the RSX kind of as is. It starts, it runs, it has no problems other than, you know, it's just been sitting for a long time. So it's going to need new brakes, new bushings. It's going to need a refresh of all fluids. It's going to need a lot of things for it to be really, truly drivable, including a front bumper, as you probably saw. That kit didn't come with a bumper. That kit replaced the front bumper, rather. And the way that it was installed was not that great. But again, this is a car that's salvage title and not really sure if it's worth putting a bunch of effort into getting it back on the road anyway. So if there are parts that you might want off of that RSX, feel free to leave a comment. I might be willing to pull some of the stuff that's easy to pull out, I guess. I'm not 100% sure if I'm really willing to part it all out. If I am going to keep the swap, then I'm going to keep most of the electrical, the cluster, all of those things, the ECU, etc. But anyway, $1,500 spent on the car so far. I just got $200 back, but that's where I'm at on the Acura RSX Type S. I don't really know what's next for that car or for its life with or without me, so we'll see. I do have a bunch of projects lined up for the Honda Element that I want to get into, and I've got a couple of little things for the Honda Ridgeline that I want to do. But I've been doing a lot of cool stuff with the Cars and Kicks podcast. If you haven't checked that out, I would really appreciate it. More importantly, I'm going to get back to uploading every Thursday on this channel. I've got a ton of videos that I've been working on. They're just going to be a little bit longer and a little bit more time consuming for me to produce them. So those are coming next. And in the meantime, hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, all those good things. Till next time, peace.